Hello everybody, here you can see a couple of sketches that I drew on the other day, and today I'm gonna paint them with you, and starting with this one, which was my least favorite, but I decided to use oil pastels for it because in the last case scenario I would, if nothing works well, because I don't have experience with oil pastels, at least I wouldn't ruin a sketch that I like. The last time I used oil pastels, it was in September, I think, in my first YouTube video, and I wasn't very happy with the results, but I still enjoyed the process. It was only my first time, and for this one I did watch a couple of tutorials, and I think I did improve a little bit from the first video, and which is good, yeah. But some tutorials show that you should use the dark colors first, and some show light first. I did a bit of mixed, and I just blended all together, and I also blended in with white a couple of times. I had forgotten to put the tape in the beginning, so I added at this point, but later I realized that it wasn't a very good idea because I ripped the paper as I was peeling off. But I think I heard somewhere that if you heat it up with a hairdryer, you can get the tape to peel off without ripping. I need to try that first, later on. To me, at this stage, oil pastels are extremely hard to do details. I guess that's why I chose to do this sketch first. But I really enjoy the blending, and I don't know how to explain it. It was very satisfying, and you can see my cat thought the same. She was really interested in how I was painting with the oil pastels. This one was one of my favorite portraits, and I wanted to try to do something with one color only, because I've been trying to study about values, which is something new for me, and so I'm trying to learn more about dark and light. I try my best to do shading, but I find it very difficult, so I need to practice a lot more. There was not much to do for this one because, as I said, I was practicing more the values and shading, and also my paper wasn't watercolor paper, so sometimes I struggle a bit with the puddles of paint, but I still did it anyway. I don't want to buy new sketchbooks until I finish the ones I have, so I'm gonna work with the paper I have anyways. Here I had to remove a little bit of the paint because I added too much, and she was looking like she's being attacked by a pink vampire or something like that. It is still pretty dark, I see now in the video. And now one of my favorite parts, which is adding the white details, white highlights. I really like that, so maybe that makes it a little bit of mixed media, but I think it just the painting just pops a little bit, and especially for me who have a bit of difficulty with leaving white space. For the third one of today, I wanted to try color pencils. I chose watercolor pencils because if something will go wrong, I would just activate them with water. I did not like to paint portraits very much with a pencil. It wasn't working for me, so I decided to go for the water and the watercolor. I am a bit impatient, and with color pencils, I think for portraits you must use, not must, but you can use to do more realistic portraits, and that's not what I'm going for. And as I mentioned before, I really enjoy painting like that, and not aiming for perfection. And apparently my cat likes the watercolor as well because she decided to be really close when watching, very, very close. But I had to move her. On this one, I'm not sure. I was trying to find the values properly. I was just doing it a bit more loose, but I do want to practice shading and values. Here I'm trying with the blue, and one of the tutorials that I watched mentions that blue is a good color for shading as well as complementary colors, but I do need to study more about that. And one thing I noticed I like to do in my drawings or paintings actually is to add yellow in some details, and I think it makes it pop. Obviously, as long as it it's not gonna turn the color into like a muddy color or something. Also, I decided to add a couple of details and shading with color pencils. It's not very much visible on the screen, but on the paper it does make a difference, and I really like the result. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know in the comments which of the three was your favorite one. Thanks for watching, bye bye.